Hey y'all, it's Misha T here with the All Things Said podcast. Here's where we let out our peace for peace, meaning letting out what you've been holding in for a better peace of mind. We stay true to ourselves and have those tough conversations we normally wouldn't. So get comfortable, chill, and get ready to be real in here. Hey y'all, welcome back. It's Misha T here with the All Things Said podcast. And today we're going to do it a little different. We're going to have two questions of the day. The first question is going to be who's determining your future, you or someone else? And the second question is what will you do when you miss an opportunity and it's your fault or you played a big part in it? First things first, we're going to go back on that first question, which is who's determining your future, you or someone else? And I ask that because, we live in a society today where, we see a lot of things on social media, a lot of glamorous things, a lot of people showing different parts of their lives, and a lot of people becoming very successful very quickly, very young, and a lot of times just like people as myself, like we can, as a young person who's trying to, become successful and work on that craft and everything, we can see that and we can feel real pressure, or we can feel it can make us feel that we're behind on life, which is not true at all. But I want to ask you that question because sometimes we can get so caught up in that, and you can sit back and you realize that you're not even the one you're not trying to live for you. Like, you're trying to live based off with how someone else is living. For example, like you can be looking up to somebody that you idolize or just really look up to, and you see the way they live their lives, whether it's their Instagram, their YouTube, their Facebook, Twitter, whatever case may be, and now every step you take is like a reflection of what they're doing versus you doing something for you, and you're living life the way you want to live, not living your life based on what you see on social media or based on the way you see somebody else living their life. You have to live your life according to the things that you want in life. Don't allow someone else's life to determine the steps you take in the journey you're on and the path you choose. Don't get caught up in what seems like today's quote unquote norms, or quote unquote having everything or having it all together, and don't let someone else's journey determine yours. A lot of times we can see 15-second clips, 30-second clips, even 1 hour clips on like YouTube or on social media, and a lot of people portray that they may have it all, or they might not even be trying to portray that they have it all, but to you can be thinking, oh, they have everything and everything in stone, and I'm so behind and I don't have anything. One, you have to appreciate and be grateful for every little thing that's in your life and what you got going on and the things that you have in your life. Don't let someone else's life make you feel like you have nothing. Another thing, also pray. When you're trying to figure things out and you're trying to get your life to go maybe a certain way, or you want your craft, whatever it is you're working on, whatever dreams you're following, you want them to go a certain way, pray, talk to God, and keep your head up. And you pray, whether it's you're writing your prayers, you talking to God in the shower, you're talking to him while you're playing golf, while you're playing a sport, anything, anyway, like continue, always pray. Because a lot of times, and sometimes we may not realize it, but your prayers get answered. And if you pray and you have faith and you keep walking in your journey and you keep doing what it is you're supposed to be doing, your life is gonna work out, and it may not be excuse me, it may not be the exact way you want it to be, but it's going to work out the way that it should be. I've even myself, have struggled with letting social media or what I see on social media have a big effect on the way I think about my life. And, at one point I had to take a social media break. I had to get off social media. I stopped getting on Instagram, stopped getting on Facebook, I stopped getting on Snapchat, I stopped getting on a lot of stuff. I was literally just was not on anything. If I was on my phone, it was either to call somebody or to text somebody or to respond to somebody or whatever, but I was not on social media. And for that period of time, I feel like my mind really got to cleanse. And I was literally only focused on me, and I didn't feel pressured because I was scrolling and seeing somebody maybe in my age range age range, being at a certain level that maybe I want to be at one day. I wasn't too much overthinking what I had going on. I didn't feel like I was backtracking. Not backtracking. I didn't feel like I was behind like anything. I literally just focused on me, and I was just going with the flow, and I was just worried about what I was doing. So, sometimes you may have to get like a social media cleanse also if you struggle with that. If you struggle letting other people's lives determine yours, or you let their lives make you feel like that you're behind and you're not doing enough. Because for one, everybody's life is different, everybody's path is different, and everybody have different levels of success. Just because somebody, you could be 24 years old, you can be 30 years old, whatever case may be, and you can have somebody in that same age range as you, and they could be at a level that you want to be at one day. Or they can be at a level that you want to be one day, but everybody, like I said, everybody has different levels of success at different levels of time, and everybody's journey is not the same, everybody's path is not the same. And like I spoke about in my first episode about God's timing, everybody's life is on God's timing, and God's timing is different for everyone. Yes, hey, somebody that you maybe went to high school with, yes, they may be 22 years old right now, and they got X, Y, and Z things that you want either right now or in the future. But guess what? You don't know how their life is going. Like, you don't know what their journey is like. Maybe it was meant for them right now to have a certain level of success that you want to get at. But that doesn't mean that you can't get it, and that doesn't mean that you're behind, and it doesn't mean that you won't get it, and it doesn't mean that you're any less than anybody else. And like I said, everybody's level of success is different. And I keep saying that because, first of all, you have to ask yourself, what does success look like to you? And what does it feel like to you? And what is success to you? You really think about that, because once again, we can get caught up in somebody else's success and think our success is not good enough. Like, your success may be you just want a house with a farm, a couple animals, a wife or husband, or nothing. Could be want to be single, and that could just be it for you, that right there. But you could be letting people's opinions get in your ear, or looking at social media and look at somebody else's life, and you could make that pressure you to go after something that you don't even actually want to go after. So that's another thing. Don't let someone else's level of success take you off the path of success that you want to go down. Like, you might not truly want to be the richest billionaire in the world. You might just want to have you a couple of something, like a couple of thousands, couple of whatever the case may be, and like I said, like a farm, some animals, and that's good for you, with a little small house, and that can just be your success. So don't let nobody else pressure you into digging a deeper hole into something and making you do things that you don't actually want to do. Yeah, so live for you, and like I said, continue to talk to God, continue to pray, and really sit down and make it, and ask yourself what it is that you actually want to do, and what level of success you want, and make sure that your decisions are based off solely what you want to do and what God is telling you to do, versus what somebody else is doing, or what somebody else is telling you to do, or what you see somebody else doing that's making you feel like you need to do it, or making you seem like you're behind on life or whatever. Because guess what, like I said, everybody's life is different, everybody's path is different. And one more other thing I want to say, you never know what the people that you see with different levels of success, or whatever case may be, whoever you're idolizing, or whoever page you're watching and make you feel like you're behind, you don't know what those people are doing to get that. Every money is not good. Everything you see, every freaking collab is not good. You just don't know what goes on behind the scenes. You don't know what that person's day to day is. You don't know what that person is doing to get these views or get these millions of likes. Not saying that everybody there's people that, not saying that everybody is like doing something negative or whatever case may be behind the scenes to get it, but there are some people who are doing things out of character just to keep up a certain type of status, or just to get a buck. And you just be careful what you wish for, because you might be wishing for somebody else's life, and then you might get exactly what you asked for, and it turns out not to be what it is you thought it was to be. So make sure you focus on your own journey. Make sure you focus on your own path and continue to live for you. Second question: what will you do when you miss an opportunity and it's your fault? I thought about this question because I had a little incident the other week where I was supposed to have this over the phone appointment. Hold on, y'all. My baby come downstairs. All right, guys, I'm back. But like I said, this question came about because I had this over the phone appointment that I had for something in order to get approved for something that I had been waiting on for a minute. And I kept missing my appointment, but it was my fault because the first time they called, see, with me, I get like a lot of spam calls. So, like throughout the day. So when I seen this number pop up, I thought it was just a regular spam call. But something in my spirit, I was like, I don't know, this might be real important. And they called back to back. So I'm like, I don't know, because sometimes spam calls do that. So I didn't pick up. Then, tell me why I called it back. And I heard the lady's voicemail. And I'm like, bro, this is the call I had been waiting on for over a month plus. And I felt so down. I was beating myself up. I'm like, bro, oh my God, I cannot believe I missed this appointment. Oh, and I forgot, the first time I didn't miss my appointment, but it was something within the system. The lady couldn't get into my application. So she had to reschedule it, and I was just supposed to be looking out for the call and, keep checking my phone with her for the call. So, fast forward back, I was feeling so like, oh my God, I beat myself up because I'm like, I had been waiting on this call. This was my second time. This was my second chance. What do I even do? I don't know what to do for here. I kept calling the lady back to back, tell her she would not pick up. Nothing. I was getting nothing. And so my boyfriend was like, just, chill, be patient. Like it's all gonna work out. Like it's all gonna come together. So lo and behold, long story short, I stopped beating myself up and I just let it go. I'm like, okay, I'm going to just, pray, talk to God, and I'm just let it go in his hands. So next thing you know, I never got a call. I never got anything back, but I was checking my emails and stuff like that, and I got approved. So I didn't even have to do the over the phone appointment and stuff like that. I ended up just getting approved out of nowhere. And so when I sat down, I'm like, oh, I need to write that down. Like that was like a little, just like a small scenario, but that plays a lot into people's lives. Like, and things like that happen to a lot of people daily. Not even just, it ain't got to be an appointment, but it could be, you're supposed to get a certain job, or you're supposed to do anything that you're supposed to do, and you have an opportunity to do it, and you do something that steers the opportunity in a different way. So when that happens, just stay if that happens, and when that happens, when you miss out opportunities that you really wanted, stay patient, pray, leave it in God's hands. And also, look where you went wrong. Take notes, either physical notes, mental notes, and just try to do your best to don't make the same mistake. Also, things will not ever not work themselves out. So that plays back into, leaving it in God's hands and just praying about it and just letting it go and letting the universe do its thing and letting nature take its course, because things always end up working themselves out, even if it may not look like it. Even if it just seems like it's crunch time, and it could be like you could have something that you've been trying to get worked out for a whole month, and you'll have a certain deadline. You just never know. The day before, everything could automatically end up falling into place. And I had a situation like that when it was the other week, and I was taking this trip back home, and I needed to pay my phone bill. I needed to get a lot of things done. I was trying to get done before I went back home. But it was just like for a while, like a lot of stuff was not working out, and I wasn't able to get certain things done. And literally, like a couple of days, things start working out. And literally the day before that I had to go down back home, everything fell into place. Like I had prayed about it. I left it in God's hands, like at top of that week. And by the end of that week, before I went, everything that I had been stressing about for the weeks prior to that worked themselves out and just fell into my lap. So you just have to continue to pray, leave things in God's hands, and just be patient. Like I said in one of my other episodes, is the key to a lot of things is patience. A lot of times, some things may not seem like it's gonna work out, or sometimes we may make mistakes, and we may be the reason why certain things ain't work out. But things will always work themselves out, no matter what. Even if it's not working out in the way you think it's supposed to work out, like I said, everything's gonna work out in the way it should, in the way it needs to work out. It may not be the way we thought it was supposed to, but it will. And one last thing before I go, well, a couple more things before I go. So when we mesh the two questions together, when we thinking about who's determining your future, you or someone else, and then we also think about certain opportunities throughout life we might get that we may make mistakes in, that cause us not to have an opportunity. Let me say this: if one of your things that you've really been, after is, maybe becoming financial stable or having a lot of money. Let me say this: for one, the way you think about money matters a lot. So you have to create a, healthy relationship with money. Because a lot of things, that we see on social media, I mean, you have to have money to do it. Like, you have to have money to live just a little regular small life. Like, I mean, not to say you don't have to have, basically, you need funds to fund things. So if one of your things that's been holding you back is, or one of your main things has been trying to get money, one is our first thing that we chase or we go after cannot be money. It can't just be money. Like, it has to be something behind it. But like I said, you do have to create a healthy mindset when it comes to money, and you have to tell yourself that you're worthy of abundance and you're worthy of certain things. A lot of times, we can grow up in certain areas, grow up in a certain type of life, and we can have a negative relationship with money. Just like, something that I've been struggling with for a long time, just because of where I came up and how I grew up, is we can want to spend some money, but we're like, oh, I can't do it because I'm never gonna get this money back again, or I got to cling on to these last $10 because it's never gonna come back again. If you think like that, it's never gonna happen. But you have to, for one, you have to spend. I know it's hard, but you have to spend with having faith and really believing that it's all gonna come back around. Because money always comes back around. And if one of your things has been with money, then yeah, that's something you can work on. Also, whatever you attach I am to over and over, that's what you become. So I want you to remember that, especially when it comes to you trying to live a certain life and you getting certain opportunities and you working on your craft and you trying to create the life that you've always dreamed of. Just remember, whatever you attach I am to, that is what you become. So if you out here always saying, I'm nothing, I'm broke, I'm worthless, I am never gonna reach this level of success, I am never going to have this, I am never going to do that, or I'm a junkie, I'm a just anything. Just remember, whatever you attach I am to, it attaches to you, and that's what you become. So you have to attach I am to with positive things so that you can become that. You have to speak life over yourself and over the things you want to create. Also, the last thing that I want to leave off on is when it comes to us wanting certain things and creating a certain life. Remember, do the work so you'll be ready. We have to do the work so we'll be ready. You never want to be given an opportunity and you're not ready for it. For example, right now I'm podcasting, and it's a bigger it's a bigger, what I want to say, platform. I want to take this. I do want to take this and bigger. Say for instance, if I wanted a show, I wanted to turn it into a show. I can't be over here stressing so much about, oh my God, I don't got a show right now. I don't have a show right now. And I'm looking at this person, that person, this person, what they got. They might got different shows and a whole podcast and this, that, and third. And I'm thinking about, oh my gosh, I'm behind. I want this, I want that. First of all, are you even ready for that? Because as of right now, I wouldn't be ready just for a show. You have to do whatever it is you're trying to do. You have to do the work for it and continue to do the work for it, so you'll be ready when a different opportunity comes. Because one of the worst things is being presented different opportunities and you're not ready to take it up. You're not ready to take it up, and you're not ready to handle it. For example, if you work at a job, this is just something small, maybe something small. If you're working at a job and you want to become, you see somebody become the manager or something, and that's something you've been wanting, and you've been complaining about it over and over and over because you went manager, you're not the manager, but behind the scenes, you haven't been putting in the type of work that it is to become a manager. You haven't been studying certain things. You haven't been researching anything. You haven't been looking at what it is to become a manager, and then boom, somebody pop up one day and be like, you know what, I want to promote you to manager, and now you frozen, you stuck, and you like, actually, I know I've been complaining about being a manager this whole time, but I know nothing about being a manager. Or you take the opportunity and you be like, okay, I'll be a manager. Then you get in there and you get in a situation that you can't get yourself out of, because now you don't even know the ropes to being a manager. You don't know anything that comes with being a manager. And that's just one, like, example of a situation that could happen. So just remember, always, whatever it is that you want to work on, whether you're trying to be a chef or you're trying to own a restaurant, whatever it is, do the work, do the behind the scenes work. Focus on that. So when all those opportunities do come, because they will come, you will be ready. Remember, live life for you. Don't let social media or no one else's life determine the decisions you're making every day and the path you're following. It's okay to be inspired. It's okay to, maybe want, oh, this person got this certain car. I've been wanting that car too. It's okay to, things like that. But don't let those things take over you and take over your life and make you do things if you don't even want to do, or do things you don't, and get into situations that you don't even know the ins and out of, or you just keep jumping in the water not knowing how to swim. Don't do that. And also, like I said, everybody's life and everybody's journey is different, so you can be doing so many things just to try to live up to a certain status or live up to somebody else's life, and you're doing everything that they're doing, or you're trying to, and then at the end of it, your life didn't even end up turning out in the way that you actually wanted to, and you thought it would because you was following somebody else's footsteps. Follow your own. Talk to God. Pray about it. Allow him to come into you and let him steer the direction of, the path you go down and the decisions you make. And yes, and also, if you're out there, you miss opportunity, things always come things come back around, things work themselves out, and just stay patient, stay humble, pray, and leave it in God's hands. Don't beat yourself up. Like I said, look at it, look at situation, see what you can do different next time to make sure you don't make the same type of mistakes. And if you do, you fall, but you get right back up. Put a band-aid on your knee, put a band-aid on it, put some alcohol on it, and get right back up. Talk to God about it, and just continue to believe in yourself, continue to go down your own path, and continue to pave the way for you and your dreams. I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. This is Misha T, with the All Things Said podcast. I will see y'all later. Yup. No, I'm just kidding. I need to stop doing that. But for real, see y'all later. Love y'all. Bye.